At your lunchtime spot now, right?
Yes, true. Actually, trying to find a quieter spot to talk to you at the moment. So we are, they're good now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks, guys. And for the listeners out there, this is Stephen and Reza. They are cycling from Noordkap to Cape Town. That's about 18,000 kilometers, gents.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
And we're on the final now.
You're about how many kilometers? Because this morning you're about 400 kilometers from Cape Town. You're now sitting at about how many kilometers?
Probably just over, or just about 300. We're just on the final stretch now. We're at Toes River on the N1.
Oh man, absolutely incredible stuff. And how's the trip been so far?
Oh, it's been it's an interesting question because it's been quite mixed. It's one of those things that you've gone through so much difficulties and tough times, but when you look back, all those sort of bad things that just sort of disappears, and all the good memories will remain. So yeah, it's been lots of up and down, lots of we've been through a lot. It would really tested us and pushed us to our limits. So that has been very, very interesting at the same time.
Reza, yourself and Stephen are both very extreme endurance sport orientated sort of people. I mean, you've crossed the Sahara. You've between the two of you traveled across the Pyrenees, the French Alps. You've summited Mount Sabalan and with the bike in tow, and nonetheless. Why do you guys keep pushing yourselves?
Well, just like a personality, I suppose. We just like, for me, I always like to push myself beyond my limits and love to share it with other people. I'm sure for Stephen, what's your...
Also, just for the absolute enjoyment of it. Just love being outside, love being in the fresh air, and I think just have an absolute love and passion for the bicycle, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Well, my personal love is mainly for adventure. I like to get out there and experience unknown situations. So, yeah, Stephen is basically, he's a very good cyclist, and I'm more of an adventurer, and sort of combine their skills and, do this journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the listeners, for those that are geographically challenged, you started the trip at Noordkap, which is where?
Northernmost point in Europe, in Arctic Circle.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And then
it's very cold out, I have to say, and very windy.
And traveling from that condition to kind of where you are now, I mean, you must have traversed some extreme conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we started off in obviously developed Europe, Norway, and Finland, and then we crossed Russia, headed down into the Middle East, through Iran, and then basically all the way through Africa. So we hit the Egypt, was political trouble there, and then again the heat of the Sahara Desert, where we couldn't ride through the afternoon. It was just too hot. We've had freezing conditions again in Ethiopia, up in the highlands, and we've had rain. We've had some more heat down in southern parts of Africa again. I think we've had a little bit of everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's basically the most difficult thing. I mean, there are natural conditions that are up against you, but there has been lots of, with the places that we passed through, obviously it would cause us lots of problems. For example, Egypt, we just crossed through when it was the height of the problems and political problem, and we crossing through the roads, which like Muslim Brotherhood with the flags were there, and they've been escorted by the police till the middle of the night, and going to Sudan, it was a strike over the petrol, and the country into really high security was really high up. That sort of experience is they're the most challenging part, I have to say.
I'm sure. Jeez. I've also paged through the blog, and I've read the blog. You guys do updates every few days and whatnot. I mean, you've had some terrific highs, and as you were saying, some of these were kind of the lows. What was like the highest point?
Well,
we've been talking amongst ourselves the last couple of days and trying to work out what that is, because I think it's probably different for each of us, and we've had a lot of highs. For me, coming home, I'm from Cape Town, entering South Africa, after everything we've been through, for me it's been an absolute highlight, just sort of coming home, and I think the next couple of 100 kilometers, seeing Table Mountain for the first time, that will probably be it for me. So I haven't quite got there myself, but I think that's what's coming tomorrow.
No, I'm talking about the low side for me. Lying down in a hospital in Nairobi while I caught malaria, and seeing I can't do anything about it. That was one of the lowest points. After 4 days, sitting there and waiting, and there was a horrible hospital that they clean your wound with a toilet paper. That was a horrible experience. That was the lowest point, I have to say.
Wow.
We had other sort of low points. I mean, in Russia, we experienced some a torrential rain for non-stop for 10-15 days, and they had a tremendous amount of puncture and fixing puncture under the rain. They had 8 punctures in 24 hours, I have to say, and we fixed every single one puncture under really, really raining all over our head, and it was horrible. We had a great time in Iran. We had a good time in Sudan. People were lovely. The places that we've been through, people invited us to their houses, accommodated us, giving sharing their food with us. These were been absolutely terrific.
Good. Let's talk about the charity that this is all in aid of.
Yeah, we both live in London, and we're ex-work colleagues. So it's a UK-based charity. It's called Azafadi, and they do a lot of work in southeast Madagascar. Very, very private country. And what we've done specifically is, Rez has been doing some work with them for a number of years before I joined this project, and has raised up a lot of money for them. And we set the goal to raise £28,000 to help them build 2 schools in Madagascar. We've already raised, I think the last count was just about £17,000.
After we reached £18,000.
£18,000 in the last few days. And I think work has already started on one of those schools, so we're very happy with that.
That is incredible.
And the progress that's made on that side.
That is incredible.
We're hoping to reach £28,000 by the time we hopefully finish, and I'm sure the donation will continue when we finish.
Yeah. You've also had some awesome sponsors and partners join forces with you guys. Who and what are they?
It's funny because before we started, about a month or two before we started, we had only one sponsor. And we were sort of, there was basically a bike sponsor giving us a free bike. And we didn't have any other sponsors. And we've been chasing the sponsors for 2 years. Finally, just about to start, we've been relying on our savings to do this trip. And basically just about to start, other sponsors came on board. And as we went along the way, more and more sponsors came in. And finally, there's as we went to Africa, just 2 sponsors came on board as well. So that was a really, really nice boost, and basically, we were really happy about it. It was just enough to finish the trip.
Awesome. That is awesome. So this trip is also a world record, though.
Yes, basically, we attempt the world records, but as I said, the Guinness World Record gave us 100 days to finish this trip. To set the record, they asked for a minimum requirement of 100 days. And since we got badly hit by malaria and food poisoning in Ethiopia and Kenya, unfortunately we had 4, 5, 6 days that we were in hospital. So as I'm speaking to you now, it's day 101, and tomorrow will be day 102. So we didn't make the Guinness World Record, but since this journey has been the first time ever been attempted in a record time, maybe it's not a Guinness World Record, but I think it's a world record in its own right.
Absolutely, absolutely. What you guys have done is absolutely phenomenal. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that 18,000 kilometer trip, cycling like maniacs. My hat is off to you guys. Really, really it is. Where can people get hold of you?
Quite simply, visit our website, which is www.cap, that's K-A-P-P, and then T-O, Cape, C-A-P-E.com. So it's captocape.com. All the information's on there, who we are, what we've done, the blog. You can see where we are. And if you want to donate, we'd be very appreciative. And there's a big donate button on there.
Yeah.
And if you want to see a person pop into Camps Bay tomorrow.
Rightio, where are you guys going to be tomorrow in Camps Bay?
We're going to be basically on the beach. We're going to dip our front tide in the water to sort of mark the end of our journey. And we're hoping to get there for about 4 o'clock. There should be a small gathering of people, and there'll be some banners up with our sponsors up on there. So just watch out for that. That'll be great.
Guys, thank you so much for your time, and best luck with the rest of the trip. Everybody's going to make their way down to Camps Bay tomorrow to check you out. It's an incredible feat. Super, super proud, and I'm going to definitely check out the websites. The blogs there, the donate buttons there, everything is there. People need to check it out. It's www.kapppepe.com, Cap to Cape, and it's an incredible thing. Thank you so much for your time and having a chat.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, huh?
Have a good one, guys.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye. That was Stephen and Reza. They are traveling 18,000 kilometers from Noordkap, right up the top there, all the way down to Cape Town, and they're finishing off in Camps Bay tomorrow. I'm still wrapping my head around it. It's absolutely an incredible feat. Let's play some tunes, and then we'll be talking to our